I followed Luke's adventure in his blog, every chapter, and this part of the race, it seemed very dark for you. It seemed like you were at your lowest point, and it actually, you told me it hurts, like when it's hitting you at this speed, so it
Yes.
actually physically bothers you, it hurts, and you're at your lowest point. I remember reading this on your blog, and I hope you don't, if you're not comfortable, I understand, but would you mind reading this excerpt from the blog that I pulled out from this very point, this lowest point of your race? Would you mind?
Yeah, I can do that. I think I can do that. Like I said, this was the emotional part of the race for me. So, in the part of the blog where I'm picking up, I just mentioned that at the third quarter of the race, I'd said, just don't let it rain until the end of the race. And I write, apparently my last request had been too greedy because the dark, ominous skies obviously had more than a few sprinkles stored up. As my bike computer changed from 99 to 100 miles, the skies opened. Mother Nature felt she needed to make up for the past 5 dry hours all at once. The downpour instantly drenched me and stung every exposed inch of skin as the raindrops pelted me at 15 miles an hour. However, instead of booming thunder that one might expect, I heard something very different. Almost simultaneously with the downpour, I heard my dad's booming laugh. His laugh after he heard the punchline to a great joke. His laugh after he just pulled one of those famous practical jokes. He had a big belly laugh that would fill a room. I heard that laugh. Tears flooded my eyes as I realized that my idle rain-related requests to no one in particular had actually reached important ears. I knew my dad would be with me on race day, but I did not think he'd choose such a grand way to show me he was in attendance. With tears streaming down my face, I said the following to my dad. Dad, I didn't think you had enough pull to impact the weather up there. You obviously haven't lost your charm if you're able to convince someone to hold off the rain this long. And another wave of rain answered my comments. And that surge of rain told me something else. The big belly laugh I heard was actually him punctuating his practical joke. He was willing to help, but yes, it was too much to ask to hold off the rain till the end of the bike. He would not deprive me of a more fun and interesting challenge. Tears continued to stream down my face as I thought about my dad. I thought about how strong I felt knowing that he was with me in the race. I thought about how proud he would be, how proud he would be when I finished. I thought about how lucky I was to have such a great role model. And I thought about how much I missed him. An event of this magnitude goes beyond testing physical limits. It goes beyond testing mental strength. It probes emotional limits. I guarantee I'm not the only one who shed tears that day on the course. However, I'm likely the only one who sobbed like a 3-year-old who just dropped his ice cream cone. I did not stop smiling the next 10 miles. After dreading the rain the past 8 hours, I enjoyed every minute of the deluge. At that point, I went into transition and thought a lot about what my dad had said and thought, you know, there's nothing that, if he was really pulling the strings on race day, then he'd have it sunny the rest of the time. So I started to realize that the things I was thinking on the bike didn't really make sense logically. And that was just the emotional, the raw emotional part of me that was thinking. But from there, my spirit soared. The rain had changed from a threat to a blessing, and I had a racing partner the rest of the way. I could see the end of the longest, most concerning leg of the race. My spirits were further buoyed when I heard my personal cheering section come to life as I finished the 112th mile. And I expected a 6-hour, 30-minute ride and finished in 6:20. And for the first time, I realized I could achieve my 12-hour goal. Just a simple 4-hour marathon stood in the way.